Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome out. Glitch had to solve. I think we've got it all in place now. It definitely would appear. Um, no, I think we're all good. I think we're all good. Going to get one thing checked out here real quick just to make sure. And we're going to make sure we are live and that everyone can see my screen. Waiting on someone to respond now. All right, let's make sure that we're all good, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I do appreciate you guys coming and spending a few minutes with me today, and really just greatly appreciative of your time. Very, very, very excited about what we're going to share tonight, because this is the first time since we laid the foundation for Travelution that we're really going to be able to divulge and jump off into something that I am extremely passionate about. So most people that are taking a look at this for the first time, they're actually seeing Travelution um, on a big scale when you're watching an overview. So you're really not getting to see the reasons of those last reasons that you really should divulge and really take in as you're getting ready for the Travelution opportunity. So obviously you've seen a presentation already. Now you're coming in and you're taking a look at really this last final step. And I call it the 30 reasons. I call it the 30 and 30, the 30 and 30 showcase. There's a lot of things. I've done this over the years and have been extremely successful in sharing these principles that we're going to go through tonight. So I'm really, really, really excited that we're going to get to dive in. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. This is going to be a very information-packed, very dynamic style webinar as we go into these 10 reasons inside of 3 categories. So we're going to do this all within 30 minutes. We're going to go through 10 travel marketing strategies and helps build that travel business for people. Then we're going to go into 10 steps of travel tax benefits, and not just talk about saving you $5,000 to $8,000 on your taxes, but really be able to show you how to save $5,000 to $8,000 on your taxes just for being a part of Travelution. The next thing we're going to talk about after that is the travel agent benefits and how to earn those things inside Travelution. So the first thing we're going to jump into the marketing side of the business, because if you can't market your travel business, then there's really no sense in you joining Travelution. And when you understand the power behind marketing this style of business and how to really make this vehicle run, you got to have fuel to power the engine. Travelution's going to be your engine, but you've got to put fuel behind it to make this vehicle really go. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about the fuel, because I believe the marketing is the fuel for a business. The first way that, we're going to break these down 10 through 1. So where I ring in number 10 when it comes to marketing your travel business is newspaper ads. A lot of people think that print advertising is dead, but that is so far from the truth. Why? Because baby boomers still read the newspaper. They're traveling. The mature audience is still reading the newspaper. You're actually able to come into the travel business, and we show you inside of our marketing and resource center in our master travel agent course. We show you how to market a travel business, and we show you detail step by step on how exactly you're supposed to do that. Now, the next one that rings in is Google AdWords. I think Google AdWords has really fallen off for me over the last 5 or 6 years. Google's really done some just crazy analytic stuff that really makes you go way outside of your comfort zone to deep divulge into it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's not one of my favorite things. It's not something that you're going to see me teach on a whole lot. But Google AdWords is a great way to market your travel business, especially when you're able to pick up long tail keywords and you're able to really hone in on those. You can really pick up some of that low-hanging fruit as they're coming through into Google, mistyping words, laying different things out. So Google AdWords is still on my radar for now, but it has fallen way back. It used to be in the top 3 for me as far as marketing our travel business. And for those of you that don't know, maybe you're just now meeting me for the first time, I've been in the travel space for 10 years. I love the combination of direct sales and travel. I just don't think it's ever been done correctly. So we're here at Travelution. We think we've brought the perfect storm to the industry to allow you to become successful from home. And that's why we're going to talk a little bit about marketing strategies. And as I get deeper into them, I'm going to teach you a little more. Now, don't think that flyers are not a great way to advertise. Well, people say, oh, well, I'll spend an hour at Walmart passing out flyers, putting them on car windshields. That's not dead, guys. If you got a good vacation special that features a target market, you're going to have a lot of flyers thrown away, but all you're asking for is 3 or 4 of the 1,000 that you put out to come and purchase from you, and it's well worth your time. I mean, just saw an agent commission just get texted me just a few minutes ago, and we're early in travelution. We're just now opening up this side to where you guys can start a business on the direct sales side with us. But, someone just texted me a few minutes ago, a commission of be $535. I mean, $535 commission. It took him less than 30 minutes to do. With a little marketing, with a little fuel added to this engine, you can really drive that. I mean, how many of you make $535 on your job per hour? I mean, think about that. Per week, for that matter. A lot of people don't even make that a week. So take a couple of these marketing strategies, really fuel that engine as you're starting to grow your business. Use some of our pre-recognized flyers to get them ready. Another one of my absolute favorites, it reigns in the top 10. It's fallen over the last couple of years, but this is still one of my absolute favorite things to do for driven results, and that's supplier showcases. Pick a supplier that you're really passionate about, have a showcase about your business, and really focus and hone in. If you become really passionate about cruising, and for instance, and you want to lock arms really close with our premium supplier like Royal Caribbean, find out what their special is. Like right now, they got the BOGO sale going on inside of wave season. So, push that offer really hard. Do a supplier showcase at your home. Invite your friends and introduce them. A lot of people have never taken a cruise. A lot of people have never, that even have cruised, maybe not have taken Royal Caribbean, so they're not really familiar with the client. And the great thing about it is, once you're in Travelution and we register you, you come through our Master Travel Agent course and you get registered with Royal Caribbean, guess what? They have supplier brochures that they will, provide for these supplier showcases when you get ready to do them. They also have, PowerPoint presentations where you can present the product. They have prearranged videos that you can play in download to your computer, play right there on your home TV as you're introducing people to the product. But the supplier showcases are a critical way to build your business. It's a great way. I love to do it because I can cook a dinner. We can have steaks or we can have spaghetti. We can have people come over. We do a supplier showcase. Guess what? They purchase. It's amazing. Another one of my big things is blogging. My question is, if you're not already a travel agent, do you want to travel more, blog about it, and then get paid because people are reading your blog? Who wouldn't? It's a no-brainer. We teach you how to use Tumblr, plug it into our virtual business card, and it's right there as you're advertising your business using one of our many, many, many free tools. We're a tools and technology company. We love giving tools away for free. We don't believe in upselling. We believe in giving our agents the absolute best tools to work with at all times. But this blog that you get into, it's an information superhighway that is exactly how you want your business to fit. So when you're sharing it, maybe you want to talk about cruising one day. Great. Maybe you go on a cruise, you take pictures, you want to blog about your experience there. Great. It's there. You want to go do a fam trip in Cancun at Sandos, or if you want to go to Jamaica to Sandals and you want to do a write-up blog review, guess what? This is the perfect way for you to share and get people into your information superhighway and get them constantly following you socially. The next thing is be a guest newspaper column editorial specialist. Now, this is something I have not spoken on to date, but it's something I'm really going to get into. Don't be scared to reach out to the editor of your smaller papers in your smaller communities and say, hey, I'm opening a new travel business in the area. I'd love to submit some columns on travel specials because people just love to read it, and I've become an expert in whatever that niche may be. What better reason to put your information in the community than doing an editorial example into your newspaper? Make sure you're taking a look at this. Is one of my top 5 favorites because it's a instant branding technique. And you may have to submit 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 18, 20 editorials to the newspaper before one gets accepted. But guess what? Reach out, stop by their office, build a relationship with them. This is incredible marketing strategies that grows a travel business dynamically, quickly, and very effectively. Now, number 4 comes in as a newsletter. I think every travel agent has to create a newsletter or use our travel times that we're releasing this quarter. It's going to be an amazing marketing tool. Newsletters are critical, whether you're sending a newsletter to existing clients or whether you've gotten access to a private list that's in your local area, whatever that may be, understand that newsletters are a critical way for you to build your business. Now, this is my favorite old school because people think the old school's dead. Well, guess what? It's not. Direct mail is alive and kicking, especially for travel. People are so sick of pulling spam out of their mailbox or reaching there to get a bill. Do you know how refreshing it is for someone to reach in there and have a postcard that has a travel special on it? It allows them to take a break from that bill momentarily and be able to close their eyes and dream about going on that vacation. So with the right direct mail pieces and using some of our resources in our resources center, and as we release new resources over the coming months and over the coming, year as we're releasing this, pay attention because there's going to be some amazing direct sales pieces. We're getting ready to release our campaign this month here in February. You may be watching this later on, but we're getting ready to release the campaign that we call Recharge. It is the campaign that led my wife to building over 40%. Over 40% of our VIP client list was built from this one direct mail campaign. So, pay attention. Direct mail is not dead. It is alive and kicking. The next thing is Facebook pay-per-click. Guys, you can't beat Facebook right now. People just trust it. I don't understand why. The numbers are staggering. Facebook pay-per-click is dominating Google AdWords right now, and you can target so simple and so strategic using Facebook pay-per-click. Now, my wife and I, we do it. We love it. I haven't trained on it yet, but you will see me continue and start to train on targeting and different ways to use pay-per-click, and not just how to use pay-per-click, but how to get hundreds upon hundreds of clicks for less than $1. So just pieces of a penny going to into your CRM, your customer relationship management system, also provided by Travelution. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff, but it's my second favorite. And of course, my first favorite marketing is word of mouth marketing. I call it the $1 million customer model because it is so much cheaper in marketing to retain a client than it is to spend money in these other ways and avenues in gaining new clients. So don't be scared to ask your clients that you're taking care of for referrals. And if you market to them properly and you follow our $1 million customer module, which is included in our Master Travel Agent course, guess what? We show you how to turn one customer into 10. Because when you're doing these techniques that we teach you in your follow-up methods and using the stuff that we provide for you, guys, you can build a massive business through word of mouth, and it grows huge and it grows fast. So let's talk a little bit about taxes because taxes are critical. We've seen home-based businesses in the past and they talk about tax savings, but no one's ever really divulged on this topic. So now I've touched on 10 pieces of marketing. Now let me show you 10 reasons why I have to ask you, if you don't own a home-based business, this is going to tell you instantly that you should. Travelution's just the vehicle. Maybe it's a business for you. Maybe it's not a business for you. That's not something that I can really determine. But what I can tell you is that if you want to travel the world for pennies on the dollar, write off $5,000 to $8,000 in your taxes and learn how to do it and experience true freedom, Travelution is and can be your home. But let's talk a little bit about those tax savings. The number 10, insurances. We're talking car insurance here. We're talking, business insurance, whatever insurance you may have. We have it as a $1,400 annual average, just pulling off some numbers that we've used in the past. But maybe your car insurance is more than, $115, $120 a month. But that's a $1,400 savings because you have to have that vehicle to get around. And by law, you have to have insurance on it. It's an instant tax savings as soon as you get it by owning a home-based business. Number 9, how about a retirement plan? Now, I got a question mark here because we really can't determine how much you want to put back in your retirement plan, but there are tax savings through IRS Form 595 that allow you to look to save on your taxes by putting money into a retirement plan. How about number 8, food costs with your clients and when you're on trips? So you can write off and deduct luncheons and dinners when you're taking clients out or when you're on a trip for instance, and it's not an all-inclusive and you have to purchase food, guess what? That food has a tax deduction associated to it. I have a question mark because I don't know how often you're going to take clients to dinner, and I don't know how often you're going to take a trip. The next is office tools, electronics, tools and software to build your business. These are all tax deductions. Once again, I have a question mark. Maybe you need a new laptop. Maybe you need a new tablet. Maybe you even need a new cell phone. These are all considered tools, and they become a tax deduction. This is the reason our government wants people to be employed, because these tax loopholes are used by experienced entrepreneurs to save tens of thousands a year. Just in owning a home-based business, we're talking a minimum of $5,000 to $8,000 in extra tax deductions that you can use with Uncle Sam. How about maintenance on your automobiles, oil changes? Heaven forbid you have to have new tires put on your automobile, whatever it may be. Those are tax deductions. How about utilities? You know, I have an average of $300 a month in utilities. That's between my power, my water, my cable. Yes, my cable's a tax deduction. My internet's a tax deduction. I have to have these things for my business. How can I write my cable off legitimately on my taxes? I own a travel business. Cable has the travel channel. I've got to invite people over. We watch the travel channel together. It just makes sense to have it. And of course, I have a home office, so I have to have water. I have to have power, you know, all these things. So it creates a tax loophole for me to write off my home utilities. How about cell phone? You know, if you're lucky enough to have an $80 cell phone bill a month, that's right about $1,000 a year. If you're like me, I got 4 cell phones between myself, my wife, my kids. We all take business calls. You know, we all, child labor I'll talk about here in just a few minutes, but you know, our cell phones are tax deductible. We just have a good little comfortable $1,000 average. We're already at $6,000 in deductions. What about your home office? Now, this is done on a per square footage basis. Maybe you have an office that's set in your home. Maybe you have an extra bedroom that you're using as an office. This space is tax deductible. That's huge, to be able to write off part of your home additionally on your taxes. And an average of $2,000 a year, according to the way our home is laid out, that's an amazing tax deduction. So how about mileage? How about 57.5 cents per mile? Now, who wants to keep up with all this stuff? Nobody wants to keep up. What if we have a way here at Travelution to bulletproof your tax records? How about keeping up with mileage just by the push of a button on your cell phone? And we have a program that we use called TaxBot, 100% free. Download the application on your cell phone. You can keep up with your entire tax plan right from your cell phone or from your home computer. Print it out at the end of the year, take it to your qualified accountant, and boom, you're right there with everything you need to attain these tax deductions. I've already showed you $7,000 plus mileage, plus all these other question marks. But what about your travel? Now, this is your dream, because as a travel agent, I get to write off my travel 100%, whether it's for personal or business. Why? Because every trip I take is business. I do a proper property inspection when I'm on staff. Why? Because I want to know that I can send my clients there comfortably when I come back, or when I'm getting ready to send them back. So we do a full property inspection everywhere we go. Now, it's key to document all this properly and to understand that I'm not an accountant and I'm not a professional tax consultant, so I can't give you any kind of official tax advice, but I can speak from my own experience. I know last year my wife and I were able to write off over $19,000 just off the stuff that you're looking for on the screen for our business. So this is big and critical as you're growing your business and as you're looking from the outside in as why should I join Travelution? Number one, we have the marketing plan and marketing play for you to own a real travel business. The second thing is we have the tax training. We provide the tax software, and we actually show you what to deduct, how to deduct it, and we have all of that stuff located in our back office or in your TaxBot back office. It's an amazing tool suite. People talk about it all the time, but they don't do much about it. So here's where everybody gets fun. This is the travel agent benefits is really the attractive feature for the public when they're looking at Travelution and getting into being a travel agent from their home. Now, one thing I want to just clear this up. Travel agent benefits are earned through supplier education and production. There's no magical one-way street. So we're going to go through my top 10 travel agent benefits, but understand there's thousands of travel agent benefits. We're talking about Vegas for as little as $33 a night at Harrah's. How about going and staying at the Venetian in the Renaissance suite, Renaissance penthouse suite for $100 a night? You know, there's so many out there, but I'm going to break down my top 10. The first thing is Carnival Cruise Line's interline rates. I mean, Carnival Cruise Line, probably the most sailed cruise line in the world. They offer an interline rate to qualified travel agents. This interline rate changes from sailing to sailing, but they're absolutely phenomenal. They range anywhere from 30 to 50% off. So 30 to 50% off with Carnival. How about Sandals? $250 per night per couple. All taxes and fees included, and these are all inclusives. You can leave your wallet at home. Sandals is really known as the luxury included vacation. $250 per night per couple for all you can eat, all you can drink, top shelf treatment, luxury lifestyle, place to stay. That's unbelievable. You can't, in some cases, if you're not a travel agent, you can't even get a good spot off the beach in Miami for less than $250 a night, much less stay at an all-inclusive resort where you leave your wallet at home and for $250 per night per couple. So you have to be a Sandals CSS qualified, which just means certified sandal specialist. Don't let the 3 letters scare you, but you have to be a certified sandal specialist, and we provide all the information of exactly how to do that. How about Sandos? How about $60 at Sandos Resorts, another all-inclusive? $60 per person per night, or you can book 3 nights for friends, family, clientele, and you get a free night with them. So if you book a 6-night stay, you get 2 free nights to go and enjoy the resort of an all-inclusive. Leave your wallet at home once again. How about number 7? You just heard me talk about Vegas a few minutes ago. I don't know a property on the Strip that doesn't offer something for travel agents. I mean, we were at the Mirage. My wife and I, we went to Vegas 13 times last year. We were at the Mirage one of those times, and it was $59 a night. Standard rate that night was over $260 a night for a standard rate. We were $59 a night. They gave us free massage coupons while we were there. We earn these benefits. We book a lot of Mirage. We've gone through their training. We've sent a lot of clients to them, but they take very good care of you. You know, my favorite property in Vegas is the Venetian, which is an IHG property, which you'll hear me talk about in just a few minutes. We stay there the majority of the time we go to Vegas. How about Norwegian Cruise Line? Now, my wife and I are Freestyle Certified Gold Shield, but we've earned that right. That's 40% off fleet-wide sailings with Norwegian Cruise Line. And you do that just by logging in. Once you get your login and once you complete your master travel agent course with Travelution, you log in to Norwegian Cruise Line, you go back in there, you take their educational programs. It tells you exactly what you get and how to qualify for each level of rate. The rates vary anywhere from 25% off their best rate all the way to 40% off. They even have special sailings a lot of times, even seminars at sea sometimes that are free. So, you know, Norwegian Cruise Line has to rank in my top 10. How about Disney? Who doesn't love Disney? I don't care if you have kids or not. It's not relevant. Disney is an amazing attraction. How about free tickets for travel agents? Free tickets. And you get travel agent rates on their properties. Now, these are earned. You have to, you know, finish the College of Disney Knowledge. These are just things that take time. They don't take a lot of time either. That's the cool thing is most of this stuff's available on demand 24/7, and we give you access to all this stuff through Travelution. How about Marriott's? The average fantastic rate with Marriott property. So I'm talking any Marriott property, whether you're staying at a JW Marriott, a Marriott resort somewhere, or whether you're just staying at a basic Fairfield Inn owned by Marriott. You know, the average fantastic rate's only $74.86 per night. Now that goes down as little as $48 per night on a fantastic rate at the Fairfield Inn, all the way to $105 a night at Marriott Resort somewhere in the Caribbean. That's all inclusive. So the weighted average among all 14 of the Marriott brands is $74.86 per night. You get 5 of these stays per year, up to 4 nights each time. That's 20 days that you can stay in a Marriott for that price. I mean, they really take care of you. IHG properties. My wife and I, we're platinums with IHG. IHG covers Crown Plaza, Holiday Inn Resorts, Staybridge Suites, Candlewood Suites. They cover many different brands under the IHG name, but you get a minimum, just for being a travel agent with Travelution, you get a minimum of 35% off their lowest flex rate. How do you get that? You take IHG's 8 core curriculum courses that requires. Marriott, you have to go take their Marriott training once you get access through the Travelution system. So they're earned. You earn them through supplier education and production. How about fam trips? This is something that, we don't talk about a lot. My wife and myself just took our children along with 36 other travel agents from Travelution to Club Med Sandpiper Bay in Port St. Lucie, Florida, the only all-inclusive in North America. Now, here's the cool part about Club Med. They gave our agents $25 per person per night, all inclusive. Did you hear what I just said? $25 per person per night, all inclusive. What did they have to do? They had to be a master travel agent with Travelution, and they had to have completed the Club Med Agent Expert program. Now, fam trips are familiarization trips. Some of them have no cost. Some of them have little cost. I'll give you another example of a fam trip. The Wynn Resort in Las Vegas. They do fam trips that are no cost, fully free. It comes with 2 nights. You get a free welcoming appetizer, dinner welcome party, and you also get a free show and 2 nights free at the Wynn Resort. So these companies want to bring you in to familiarize yourself with your property. It's I scratch your back, you scratch my back. So if they bring you in, show you a great time, they treat you to a wonderful experience, guess what you do? You take pictures, you put them on social media. What do? You refer clients back to them. That's a I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of relationship. That's the great thing. Fam trips are earned, once again, through production and supplier education. And then the last there, this is the big bang right here, is airfare. So I'll talk to you a little bit about the AD75 discount. So once you become an IATA qualified agent, which means you sell $5,000 in travel commissions, you actually qualify for what's called an IATA card. I call it the American Express Black Card for travel agents, even though there's no credit attached to it. So the cool thing about the AD75 is that you get 75% off of the mainstream air rates. Okay, and then with Allegiant, for instance, they have $35 each way. $35 each way for travel agents, and then Southwest has $69.60 on your one-way flight, $74 and a little bit of change on their connecting flights if you have a connection somewhere each way, and with a stop in the middle, and that's for ARC qualified travel agents. So understand that travel agent benefits are earned and not given. But guys, if you're not owning a business with Travelution, just for the benefits alone, you should really take consideration in that. I mean, because we teach real marketing. We show you how to really maximize your tax liability. We show you how to get your maximum deductions so you're not paying Uncle Sam any more than you're not, or you're maximizing your refund. Either way you're using them, that's great. So then about travel agent benefits, when you come through our Master Travel Agent course, we teach you how to access these suppliers, how to earn their benefits, how to earn their supply rates. We teach you the marketing plans. We really lay out the entire footprint for you. But it's been really exciting. We've broke down these 10 different reasons in each category. I want you to take a real good hard look, and whoever invited you out to take a look at this hangout tonight, I really want you to think long and hard and get back with them about starting a Travelution business for your own benefit. If any of these things that you looked at tonight appeal to you, if you want to travel the world for pennies on the dollar, if you want to write off $5,000 to $8,000 in your taxes, if you want to experience true freedom from the travel business, then I tell you already, welcome home. Get back to the person that put you on this hangout. Make sure you tell them you're ready to take your position and get started in your Master Travel Agent course. And my name is Dusty Devon. I look forward to seeing all of you on the beaches of the world and helping you all see the high seas and helping all of you reach the pinnacle of your travel careers. And I'll see you all at the top. Bye for now.